We continue, children, with rule 2. Change the reporting verb according to the kind of sentence. Now, in statement, if the reporting verb in the direct speech is say or says, it remains the same as say or says in the indirect speech. The reporting verb say to will change into tell. Say is present tense and tell is also present. Says to will change to tells. Says and tells are in the present. Said will remain said in the indirect speech. Said to will change into told in the indirect speech. Said is in the past tense and told also is in the past tense. Now let's see the examples. She says, I saw my friend in the direct speech. Now, says will remain says in the indirect speech. She says that she saw her friend. He says to me, I'm willing to do this. Now, says to will change into tells in the indirect. He tells me that she was willing to do that. He said, I am happy. Said will remain said in the indirect. He said that he was happy. John said to Ranu, the teacher likes me. Said to in the direct will change into told in the indirect. John told Ranu that the teacher liked him. Now let's see the imperative sentences. The reporting verb will be said or said to. Now if the speaker is the manager or officer, then the said or said to reporting verb in the direct speech will change into ordered or commanded. If there is please in the sentence, said to will change into requested. Now if the sentence is an idea, then said to in the direct speech will change into suggested. Now if the speaker is a parent or teacher or doctor, then the reporting verb said to in the direct speech will change into advised or asked. Let's see the examples. Leave my house now, the master said to his servant. So this is an order. The reporting verb said to in the direct speech will change into ordered in the indirect speech. The master ordered his servant to leave his house then. Shoot, said the officer to his men. Now, this is a command. So, said in the direct speech, the reporting verb will change into commanded in the indirect speech. The officer commanded his men to shoot. Lata said, Leela, please come here. This is a request. So, said will change into requested. Lata requested Leela to come there. She said to her friend, let's drink juice. Now, this is a suggestion. So the said to reporting verb in the direct speech will change into suggested in the indirect speech. She suggested to her friend that they should drink juice. The doctor said to him, avoid junk food. Doctors usually advise. So said to will change into advised. The doctor advised him to avoid junk food. He said, Money, sit down. He asked Money to sit down. Now let's see the interrogative sentences. The reporting verb in the direct speech is asked, said, or said to. It will change into asked or inquired in the indirect speech. Let's see the examples. I asked Somu, can you come to my house? In the indirect, asked remains asked. I asked Somu if he could come to my house. Next example, the tourist said, where is the Taj Mahal? The tourist inquired where the Taj Mahal was. So, said in the direct changes into inquired in the indirect. Let's see the exclamatory sentences. The reporting verb said or said to will change into exclaimed if it is an ordinary exclamation. Exclaimed happily if it is an happy exclamation. Said or said to will change into exclaimed sadly if it's a sad exclamation. Let's see the examples. How beautiful the moon is, said the boy. Now, this is an ordinary exclamation. Said will change into exclaimed. The boy exclaimed that the moon was very beautiful. He said, hooray, I've passed the exam. Happy exclamation. So, he exclaimed happily. Said has changed into exclaimed happily that he had passed the exam. He said, alas, the child is dead. Sad exclamation. So said changes into exclaimed sadly. He exclaimed sadly that his child was dead. Let's continue.